Alright guys, we're back on this my 1972 Opel GT for another video. Last video, you guys saw it running. That was actually like 2 minutes ago for me, but this is a new video. So you guys, this is probably another week for you guys, or a couple weeks. So we just got it running. It ran great. Everything's good. We don't want to smoke up the barn too much and smoke out Grandpa and whatnot. and we're going to tune it when we were able to bring it outside and out in the open, so we're not smoking up the MG and the other MG and the Morris and whatnot, and just smoking out the barn. So we are going to this part of the video, I think, is the driving video. We're going to see if we can get it to drive after 20-30 years after sitting in a junkyard. I don't even know how long this thing's been sitting, because I got it from a guy that got it out of the junkyard off eBay. So yeah, so that was fun. But we're going to see if we can get it running. Check back on the other videos if you guys want to know the history in this car more. I talk about how I was in a junkyard and how I got it with a deal and all that fun stuff. So anyways, so the engine bay is pretty much done, except for some tuning work now, like just in carburetor, stuff like that. And in the other video, if you guys want to go watch that, you guys can see it. We took off the brake drums, figured out that everything is brand new inside of here. The shoes look brand new. The wheel cylinders look really nice, but we're going to replace those because they're only $9 from Rock Auto. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I think this next up here, I'm going to try to start taking off all the hoses here. Try to break everything free, see if it'll come off. Use heat so we don't bend any lines off, because that would really suck. And then take off these rear wheel cylinders here, and we should have these brakes buttoned up pretty quick here. Oh, and also, on another subject about brakes, brake booster and master cylinder. So, I have a whole bunch of brake boosters laying around. Actually has not too bad of a looking master cylinder on it. It's OEM. The booster, I have this little midi vac thing that I bought at work at O'Reilly's. Make sure you guys, they're really great. Or Harbor Freight has them too. I got it cheaper through O'Reilly's because I work there. But anyways, I was able to pull a vacuum on it and it held. And the old booster head that was broken off my other car, it did not hold vacuum. So I know this booster is good. And look how nice it is. This is original car, because you guys see how little sandy it was from Arizona. Has a sticker on it, so we're going to use this booster. And then the other barn, I actually won a OE style 20mm Masters. That was a big pop from the exhaust. 20mm master cylinder from our little Opel show we have in Springfield, Illinois. Opel GT Source sent a whole bunch of stuff in, and we have like a little raffle thing, and I won it for free. So that was pretty sweet. So we're going to be putting that in this car because it's a brand new master cylinder, and then pretty much a brand new brakes in this thing. So that's going to be really awesome. And yeah, so that's the plan for this video. Hopefully maybe we'll drive it, take it for a drive. I don't know where this video will go, and yeah, should be a pretty good plan, and we will get on it and we'll show you guys what we get done or how to do certain things when we get to it. Okay guys, another day working on the Opel, and anyways, got some stuff we're going to do today. As you guys saw before, the other day I talked about what we're going to do to this thing, brakes and stuff today. So got the brake hoses. These are for the front, the back's in there, from Rock Auto. They're pretty cheap. So what I'm going to do with those, I got the old ones off actually the other day. I didn't film that though. Here they are, old ones there. They came off really easily. It's crazy. I understand now why people like working on rust-free cars from Arizona and Texas and stuff, because the tube nuts, the flare nuts, they came off super easy. I had to heat them up, put paint oil, nothing. They came right off. So that's pretty cool. So there's that. And then I brought the calipers with me too. I'll show you guys those in a second, later on. But the thing I'm going to work on right now is putting the rear hose on. Okay guys, we're underneath the car now. And here's the brake hose we're working on here. That is what it looks like. Just standard old guy with the hard lines running back. And it's probably your guys' first time looking underneath the car here. Look how solid it is. It's crazy how nice. I did discover that's missing, that nut, but everything looks pretty nice except for the transmission is really dirty. So who knows what's going on with that. But so yeah, so we're going to take off this hose, which should come off pretty easy, and we'll get to it here. Okay guys, got the hose on as you guys saw in that video. Went really smooth except for the one nut was wanting to strip. So I had to end up getting vice grips on it, and then it got it right off. And then I didn't wreck the nut all the way because I used vice grips pretty early on. So I was able to use the wrench back up, tighten it back up. That went pretty well. We also aired out all the brake lines, so all the Alright guys, we are back at my house now, working on the brake calipers for the 1972 yellow Opel GT. And so anyways, these are just some extra ones I had laying around. I have like 4 or 5 pairs of extra ones, maybe even 6 or 7. Just from different people I've gotten from or off my cars themselves. I think this pair I got off a guy from our church. He had a whole bunch because he's parted out a few Opels over the years. These might be from an Ascana. I honestly don't remember what he said. I think they're all the same though, GTs and Ascanas, so that should be fine. But yeah, so these are a 2-piston caliper, just a standard, you know, Opel GT, Cadet, Ascana, Manta. I think they're all the same. I don't know about Manta though. Don't quote me on that one. But so yeah, they're pretty sweet. They're 2-piece. And you can buy new ones from Opel GT, or rebuilt ones from Opel GT Source, but they're like, I think it's $200 for 2, and that's kind of expensive, and that's not in the budget for this project. I'll have to look at that. But both pretty much the same here. Pretty basic calipers. So I'm going to get on it here and see if I can get stuff free and start taking it apart, and then I'll have to order seal kit from Opel GT Source. Okay guys, we are back now. It's actually a few days later, a bunch of days later. Got the calipers soaking in some Evaporust. I'll show you guys a bottle of it here. This is what it looks like. We sell it at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Evaporust, I got a gallon of it. Also had some extras too. But anyways, I decided to try it out. I've tried it out before in ultrasonic cleaner. It didn't really work the way you have to let the parts soak in there. The greaser works better in ultrasonic cleaner. But anyways, this is what I have. I put the calipers in there, got the pistons all freed up beforehand. It took me a heck of a lot of time using compressed air and C-clamps to push the pistons in and out and out and out a bunch. I got them all freed up before, but I should have done this in the first place. Look at this. It's been soaking in here about 2 days now. Actually a little bit more than 2 days, but they're down the bare metal. You guys believe that? And I have some brake lines in here too. Those little J-hook things, and they're free too. So it's crazy. I should have done this beforehand. It's crazy, but I'm gonna take them out. Spraying with some carb clean. I brought some paint, high temp brake caliper paint at work, some yellow, because I want to paint match the car. Got a wire brush. We're gonna scrub them down here, carb clean them, and I'll show you guys what the final result is. I'll probably put in new seals here soon too. So get that done and over with, and maybe paint them tonight too. We'll see. But anyways, we'll get them all out here, get them cleaned up, and I'll show you guys what they look like, all de-rusted. Okay guys, we are back with the noisy leaf blower. And this is my neighbors blowing off their driveway or whatever. Please ignore the noise. It's what happens when you live in a neighborhood that is kind of out in the country, so you can kind of do whatever you want. Anyways, got one caliper already done. It took me maybe 15-20 minutes, not that bad. It's really easy. So yeah, went pretty well. I also took them out there. I don't know if I show you guys that or not. Out of the ultrasonic cleaner thing, or the Evaporust. What you have to do, first step, take the pistons out, which is harder than it sounds because get up the ground here. You can't pry them out. I already made the mistake of doing that last time. You can't pry them out. Blow them out with compressed air. Get a C-clamp on one side to hold the one piston in, so you cannot get both pistons out at the same time. It's not possible. And you also don't want to mix the pistons up because they wear different, and you know, just like anything else, you don't want to mix stuff up. So yeah, so there's that. They also give you really nice instructions, but I'm not even reading those because these are so easy to rebuild. There's a rubber seal in here that looks like those right there. You take it out with a pick tool. Let me get the screen back up. There we go. And you pick it up, as you guys can see. Oh, there it is. And then out comes the seal. That's the old one. I got the new rebuild kits over there from Opel GT Source. And then you wipe it out with the rag, clean up all the surfaces in there, put the new seal in there. And my grandpa told me to do this, which I was probably gonna do this anyways. Make sure everything's clean, you know, obviously, but also before you put the piston back in, coat everything with brake fluid. So coat it all with brake fluid there, just so it slides in better and won't pinch the seal. Make sure the seal's in there flat, because those seals are kind of hard because they're thicker, you know. They're brand new seals, so kind of harder to get in there right. So do that. And then basically you just push the piston in with the C-clamp. Go back and forth, one side to the other, one side to the other. And then hold that brand new rebuild kit down and then blow out the other piston. So it's really that simple. It's not bad at all. And then once I get these installed, I'm going to tape them up and then paint them real quick here because it's 7:30. It won't get dark out till about almost 9 now. So that came out. Anyways, I got the calipers just done. I didn't really bring you guys along, so it was pretty, I don't know, just kind of boring. But I did paint at my house. I don't know if I should show you guys the final result, but there they are painted. They're all greasy because my hands are dirty. But it worked okay, I guess. We'll see how long they last to paint. But anyways, what we ended up doing, we had some new pads. I got some of the Opel parts I got from different people, and they were too thick. They wouldn't go in there right. So we ended up not using those because those wouldn't fit, and end up using all the old hardware, even though I ordered all new stuff from Rock Auto and Opel GT Source. We just ended up using the old stuff for like, might as well. And these old pads, these are the best pads I have laying around. They look absolutely brand new. So those fit in there good. Got the new shims in there. Everything in there good. Got anti-seize on there. So it'll all work good. So that is good. Got the hoses there. And then the J-hooks, I'll have to put those back on. The one I accidentally bent, well, I didn't accidentally, I had to bend it to get it off because the nut wasn't turning right. So we're going to put those on these wheels, probably clean up maybe the rotors a little bit here real quick. Put the hoses on, and then that should be about it for that. And then, yeah, and we will get to that. I'll probably time-lapse it here and get everything prepared, and we'll get to it here. Alright guys, we are back. Got the front all knocked out as you guys saw in the time lapse. Had a little bit of issues with the J-hook thingies, but I was able to get them straightened out. Had to bend the one, but everything there is knocked out, and then the other side here is knocked out as well. So yeah, it looks good. Anyways, we have been having tons of fun here lately because we've been having lots of problems. And anyways, the stupid wheel cylinders I got from Rock Auto were wrong. Totally different. Threads are different, or not threads, but the spacing of the holes for the bolts are different, and everything's different. And so what we did, because Grandpa's really smart, and we took he made his own hone out of a wooden stick and sandpaper, and he's honing it out with some sandpaper, the old ones, because we don't have a hone small enough. And the new ones are over here, right? The newer-ish ones. Okay. So the new ones are here. And this bolt width is way different, which you guys can see. These are a lot wider. Like, that's way different. And like, that's different too. Just a whole bunch of stuff is different. But the bore size is the same. So we're using the old seal, or no, the new seals from this thing got from Rock Auto, because I don't think I can return them anymore because I already sent the invoice on some brake pads they sent me wrong. So we're using the seals on this thing with the heavier duty spring from the old one because it's stronger. And then, so then we can use the plunger, because this is how it came. Well, it can't be like that. It has to be like this guy there for the plunger dudes for these guys to sit in there. So we're switching some parts. I guess basically don't buy the cheapest cylinders in Rock Auto. Buy maybe the more expensive ones might be right, or buy ones from Opel GT Source. But we're making it work here, and Grandpa's getting the insides cleaned up really well, because he found it was weird because the one side was clean and the other side was dirty. Yeah, you can see in here. Let's see here.
Go out the light.
You guys can see or not? There, you guys can see that. Nice and clean. And it's weird because the one side was pretty good, but the other side was kind of, rusty and dirty. So that stick idea is working amazing. And we have like 2 other rear ends laying around here that are actually technically 3 that we can take wheel cylinders off of. We have this rear end here. We have the one on my grandpa's hot rod that has the Opel rear end, and And we have the red cars rear end that we could, those all have wheel cylinders that we've never broke into. But we're just gonna use these because these are made in USA. The seals say that, everything says it on there. So it's pretty neat. So that is our troubles we are going through right now. Thank goodness we have lots of parts and tools here. But yeah, I got the middle hose in. You guys already saw that. Everything, the front brakes are done. I just need to torque the big bolts. I think they're 70 or 80 foot-pounds, so I need to do that yet. And then we'll get this wheel cylinder in, and then actually I'll probably start working on the master cylinder here, getting that bled, because I have one in the other barn. I've yet to show you guys it yet. So that's just a little update. Just wanted to tell you guys what's going on, and we will get back to it in a bit. Okay guys, a couple hours later, I think. What a pain in the butt. We've been having so much fun. So as you guys saw, we got everything else knocked out. We started working on the master cylinder and brake booster. So we had a brake booster. It's actually, we think, is the original one on this car. And we tested it for a vacuum with my MIDI vac. I got it work, and held vacuum in it. I got to like 10 pounds, I think, almost, or more. And it held for a while until you pushed the pedal. Anyway, so we got it. I got a master cylinder actually from Opel GT source. I won it at our little Opel gathering in Springfield, Illinois. I won that for free. It was like 90 or 100 bucks. That's a pretty good deal. That's down there. It's just this is stock style, I think. And so that's in there. And then yeah, I also have a good new reservoir. It's not with reservoir, obviously. So I looked through all my other crap, and the one that was, I had this one, but that one was broken. It's cracked. And then I had another one that I got, and I had a heck of a time getting the stupid thing out not to break it. And then accidentally broke it. You guys can see, I smashed that, and I said, what the heck, just break the whole thing. So that was fun. I had to yank one out of another one, so it's a whole story in itself. But anyways, we got the stupid brake lines on finally. It was a pain in the butt, let me tell you. The bottom one there, that goes right there, that one did not want to cooperate. I spent so long on it, my hands are like feeling weird after all the brake fluid in my hands. So that went horrible because these lines are not right. And they're bent out of the way weird. And the second one to the front, up there, that one went on there even like worse. Cause I had to rebend the line because I didn't have enough to go over. So then I was smart and got some gloves. And got that one on finally, and the last one was easier, thank goodness. But that's good. And then Grandpa found some random vacuum tubing that we're going to use for the vacuum booster, because it's actually really thick stuff. Because the stuff from Opel GT source is like $26 for hose, which is no, man, I think it's more, it might be 40. But we have this laying around, so we're gonna try that for now. And Grandpa's right now sanding the hub of the brakes so the drums go on there nicely and come off nicely. Without us having to heat them up and pound them off. So we didn't even bench blade it. We were trying to bench blade it with my thing, but we're like, what the heck? We're just gonna put it on the car and bleed it with that thing. Something will pull a pretty good vacuum, and that should get all the air out of the lines. And we're gonna put a lot of brake fluid in this thing because we flushed out everything, so nothing has brake fluid in it. So that is the plan now, I guess. Want to do all that. I already showed you guys the brake shoes, the wheel cylinders. Wheel cylinders in there good. That kit worked. We just stole all the seals and stuff out of the new ones and shoved them in the old ones, and it seemed to work. So because they weren't the right ones at all. So that's good. And then also another thing I noticed, I was underneath there for the brake hose, which I need to put the clips on there yet. Is this thing has sway bar mounts on it. You can see the sway bar, those guys right there. I'm pretty sure those are sway bar mounts. I don't think my other end here has it. Maybe it does. Yeah, this one does not have that. So this one does not have the sway bar mounts welded to the axle. And some of the GTs came with them, I guess, from the factory. For the European ones, I think the European ones had them from the factory. So I guess that's probably what this thing's gonna be getting someday, is a sway bar in the back, which will help handling for sure. Make it a little squirrely, make it a little oversteer. So we'll see. But so yeah, so it's already 5:50. So we've done this stupid brakes. There's wheel cylinders and the master cylinders just killing us right now. I was hoping to have these done today. But I'm gonna try to bleed them here, and then I'll probably show you guys how that process goes once I get the hang of it, and we'll see what happens and if we get out on the ground today. Okay guys, so we got the we moved it actually. It's after lunch or dinner now. It's almost 8:30, 8:20, and got everything done. Got the brakes all bled. My MIDI vac tool works absolutely amazing. I wish I would have filmed more. We're trying to get stuff done here, so that thing does work really good. We didn't even have to bench bleed the master cylinder. We threw it on the car, hooked up all the lines, and bled, not even in the correct order, he did the fronts and the backs, and all the air came out. It was amazing. So definitely highly recommend that tool. Do not buy the cheap ones that O'Reilly sells, the performance tool. I bought one of those, they're junk. Buy the midi vac from, I think Harbor Freight for you guys would be cheaper, but buy that there. It's a way better deal. Definitely highly recommend it. It did everything for us. We were like, well, I don't know about that. So we did the old school way of bunch splitting it, and there's nothing different. There's no air lines. So we have a good pedal. We adjust the rear drum, the rear brakes. There's 2 adjustments for the front and back shoe. It's really weird. My 69 is not like that. But then again, this is a newer car, so they have different rear ends in them. So we did that, got it rolling a little bit better. All the brakes are working really good. Grandpa finished up hooking up the brake booster here. Grandpa's backing up Nissan, so we're gonna try this thing, try to at least. We're gonna see how well that goes. So that's gonna be really exciting, driving it. And yeah, so hopefully it all works. But so we're gonna see what we do here. And this is gonna be my 3rd time driving manual, so that's kind of a little bit scary. But so yeah, so everything should be good. Hopefully this wasn't too crazy for you guys this episode. But you see the calipers in there, it's cool. Yeah, so we're gonna see what we get done right now, and we'll take you guys along for the ride. Hey guys, we're gonna make sure it starts up here real quick. See how much gas I have to give it to her. Engine is so quiet, guys. You have to hear it's crazy. Good oil pressure. She loud. Down, thermostat just opened up. And now it's back up to where it was. Thermostat's going back down. The temperature is. Grandpa's gonna mess with something here. He did a whole bunch of studying up on the Solex carburetor, seeing what we can do here. Also is crazy, straight pipe, so loud. So loud. Crazy straight pipe. The drone is insane. You can stand out here, you hear the drone like. Oh, we also don't have a parking brake, doesn't work. That's pretty cool too. Forgot about that. Nothing's leaking on the ground. Temperature looks amazing. Let's see what Grandpa does here. We're at 2.5 bars oil pressure. 1700. 15. That's 12. Hey guys, we're gonna be driving this thing. feels like it's gonna fall out. So now the shocks are loose, remember that? And I think it jumped out of gear, jumped out of something, and it kind of went like that once. But, and oh my gosh, the tires are boing, 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 boing. You want to drive it? No? Okay. I don't know if it's jumping out of gear, if it's torque tube or what. I don't know what it is, something weird. No. Yeah, oh, that's a good second gear. Yeah. Yeah, I can shift in the first whenever I want. Yeah. booster ain't doing nothing. Brake booster ain't doing squat. Doing good, guys. Oh, sorry. GoPro. One more drive. Gas. Barely made it, one lap. Okay guys, we're back working on the 72 GT. I have no idea if this is going to be a new video or if I'm just going to add it to the end of the driving video, but off we go, I guess. We'll see when we get there. But anyways, so last week we got it running, as you guys, or driving as you guys saw it. Well, we had a few issues here and there. One of them was that the power brakes didn't work. We're still trying to figure that out yet. We don't know what's going on. We don't know if it's a check valve or what it is. It's an old booster and some random hose we found. So we're going to have to look at that again more closely. And then Another thing was, so we started up actually two days ago. It was. I didn't film any of it. It was running like absolute garbage. We were like, what the heck is going on? Well, we figured out every single carb nut was loose on it. So that must have been me, or it randomly came loose, but I must have done that a long time ago. So tighten them all up. Should be much better now. Should be able to actually idle, because it wasn't idling at all 2 days ago when we did it. Fill up the water again. We still have a water leak. We might take the, because it's almost 12, so I have a full day working on this thing. Might take the radiator out and just look at the water pump and see what's going on in there. Because we did strip one bolt out, but I don't know if it's that bolt or not. Tighten up all the valve cover bolts again, because we think there might be oil leak there too somewhere. Another thing we figured out, the alternator was not charging. So what that took in place was we thought it was a voltage regulator. We're like, maybe not. Well, Grandpa got done looking here and I forgot to put a, the one, I think it's actually the fusible link, goes to the alternator, one of the wires. So I just forgot to hook it up. So I did that. Hopefully now it should work. Because we thought the alternator was bad. We were thinking, well, maybe it's the voltage regulator. So who knows. So that's all good now. But I think that's all we really did. We're still trying to get a basic adjustment on the carburetor just so we can kind of run it, because they're kind of complicated. So we have two vacuum lines hooked up, one on the manifold vacuum, one on the carburetor vacuum. One should be like 0, and the other one should be around like 20 or so, we think. So we're basically 0, the one should. So, and then the other day, the same day when we were trying to make this thing run better, the whole morning we spent with the mufflers playing around. This thing was straight pipe before, as you guys know. I found this muffler laying around. It's like a, I think it's like a tractor type muffler, to be honest. I don't know. We got it mounted up, so seems to be pretty good. Actually, I haven't heard it back here. I've heard it in the car, and it sounds kind of goofy, but we'll see how it sounds. It's just temporarily. I'm just curious to see how it sounds. This was on my red car when I got it, so all it was this. Another thing, we might, trailing arm bushings on this thing are shot. I think the other side's actually worse. And everything is loose in this rear end, so we might do that too. I have some better, and the rear pin hard bar is bent. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but it's bent really bad, as you guys can tell. So I have this rear end sitting over here that has decent trailing arms on it and bushings that actually don't look too bad, and a good paint hard bar does not look bent. So we might just swap that over too for the fun of it. So we'll see, but that is what we're doing today. Shortly here, we're going to start it up once we get the carburetor figured out. So we will see what we get there. But yeah, so anyways, I guess we'll set you guys up when we get to running it, and we'll see what else we get done today. Oh, okay. Push it out here. There you go. Yeah, stand in the shade for sure. All right, guys, here we go. Let's see if it'll fire up.
I have to help again. I don't think this choke set is strong enough.
Yeah. Ready? Yep. Check for vacuum leaks. Check for vacuum leaks, Grandpa. Yep. Going up. Gasket must be jumped. Check for more. See, we have a bunch of vacuum leaks yet. Isn't that funny? I'll turn the GoPro.
We gotta get an island back.
Okay guys, we are in the workshop now. I'm going to tear this carburetor apart because we figured out there's some vacuum leaks on the, I tightened up the bolts and we still had vacuum leaks because it still was running rough. So I tightened up all the bolts and it's still running rough. And so I got a new gasket here, actually in a rebuild kit I found from 3 years ago that we bought from Rock Auto that I never put in my 69. So everything's new, it's a standard, it's pretty good. So we're gonna put in this thing, I'm gonna make a time lapse here, me taking it apart, figuring out what's in this carburetor because it ran. We think that maybe something's gummed up. And then we're gonna place that gasket to put the carburetor on it. We thought since we have it apart, we might as well rebuild the carburetor. So I'm gonna make a time lapse here showing us taking it apart, and replace the battery in the GoPro because it's almost dead, and we'll get to it. Okay guys, we got it all together, as you guys can see. Got the carburetor all cleaned up nicely. I didn't show you, I was going to, but we got a really flat bar and sanded the base plate, so it's really nice. It actually was pretty fine before. Put a heat shield on there to get a little bit more clearance. New gaskets that I found laying around. New base gasket because the one over here was leaking. And we can tell it was all black, so I'll show you guys in a little bit though. It was leaking. Everything else is new. We had to change the accelerator pump back to the old one because the new one was wrong. Wouldn't let it open all the way. So yes, now we should be all set. We got the timing adjusted again because we kind of screwed it up. So we are going to try to start it and see what happens, I guess. Is the carburetor adjusted yet? Okay. Things in the fan, right? brakes are way better. Must have been check valve. Burned out the whole way. Huh? And did I burn out here? Or was that the clutch slipping? Huh? It really revved up. I don't know. Or it went out of second gear. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Brakes are way better. Rear end's still a little wonky. Yeah. I'll take it for another drive. That burns out really easy. So easy. Wait. You want to try to drive it? I got in third. Third gear works.
Slip in third gear, did it?
Huh?
Slip.
No, I went in third gear a little bit there. Just keep an eye on the temperature gauge. I think it's fine, but it's filling. Yeah, it should be fine for now. Yeah, it should be normal.
Got oil pressure?
Yeah, I know, right? It's amazing. Windmill squeaking behind me. Wow. Looks pretty cool going on the road. I did a massive burnout with those rocks because Grandpa has rocks piled up really deep there. See what he thinks of it. Oh, it looks so cool. I love that yellow color. Oh, Grandpa's burning out. Grandpa made the tire squeal. I'm excited. That's a lot of power for what it is. Does that have a lot more power than a Triumph?
Did you hear it spin the wheel?
Yeah. Have a lot more power than a Triumph?
Oh yeah.
It's a lot faster.
Oh, yeah, that's
That's impressive. How's the clutch and everything, you think?
That's fine.
Clutch feels fine?
Spin the wheel.
Yeah.
We need to check the transmission direction.
Oh, yeah. We do need to do that. Forgot that. Where do you think the tire's bouncing around? That's just how it is. Does the rear end feel loose to you or anything? No, it's just how it is. Yeah. Cool. Well, you want to check the fluids? Oh, that was a big boom. What? I don't know. Sound like something over here. I don't know, went. That's exhaust, was it? It's exhaust rattling? Huh? That's the fuel pump. Huh? I don't hear anything. Exhaust actually ain't too bad sounding. Kind of quiet though. But quieter than what I'm used to. Excuse me. Backfires quite a bit. Pretty much just one muffler. Revs a lot better than my 69. Revs up a lot better. What do you think? Nothing happened? Pull up on the lever and go all the way to the left. Yep, all the way to the left. Yep. Forward. I don't hear anything. I'm going to check the fluids on it now, but so far so successful. Okay guys, the car's in its resting spot for about probably almost 2 weeks maybe. My grandparents are going on vacation, so it's going to be sitting here waiting on us. And what we just did, I filled the rear end. It was really low actually. I probably should have done that beforehand. It took quite a bit actually, and it's pretty nasty fluid. So we're going to have to probably drink, I want to drop that pan. I want to get a new seal for it, or new gasket for it, and drop that someday. Also, you have yet to do the transmission yet. That's another thing we'll have to do here shortly. I'm sure that's slow too. So yeah, my grandpa was impressed with it. He spun the wheels, and while he was rolling, without stopping and without clutch dumping it, just rolling, he just floored it and spun the wheels. So he is really impressed with this car. It'll smoke the MGB. It'll smoke the Bug Eye Midget. 'Cause that car is pretty slow. But it'll smoke the Triumph Spitfire too, and obviously smoke the 69, because the Triumph was probably the fastest car we had. Maybe this car too, but this car is now the fastest. Even though it's not even a built engine, it's just a bone stock engine, bone stock carburetor, and yeah, it's crazy. So this is gonna be the end of it. We got it all dialed in, got the brake booster working. The check valve was bad, believe it or not. So I had a new one that we got from Opel GT Source a while back with the new booster I got, but those boosters don't need check valves, so we did that. It drives pretty nice. Things we'll have to be working on is doing the whole rear end, probably rebuilding it, because all the trailing arm bushings you guys heard me talk about earlier are all shot. So that's something you guys could probably expect in the in a while. Might be a month before the video comes out, if we do it that way. I also need to put the passenger side seat in there, do some other stuff here and there. We might swap out the front suspension for that car. We'll see. Minor body work, install a real gas tank to the lawnmower gas tank. It's back there right now. But also, a really cool thing I want to show you guys I just found real quick is this tank, this ticket where the gas tank usually goes. It says Mesa Theater, $1.50 Arizona, 122256 is that's 255. It's really cool. So this car was an Arizona car, as you guys tell, and this for sure proves it. And if you guys don't remember the video of this when we got this car home, check out that video. It's been about 2 years now since we got in this car. I found this in a box, and this just tells the story as well. Come on, here it is, Arizona 73 license plate. So last time it was registered in Arizona was 78. So actually 79. 79 was last time. So I don't know if that's the last time it was registered, period, or if that's just Arizona. But it's kind of cool. I thought that was pretty neat. And then it was stuck in a junkyard, and it might have been stuck there since 79. Who knows? It has 69,000 miles on it. I know that's true because the odometer works. I think the odometer is working. Let me make sure. Yep, the odometer works. So we put almost another mile on it today driving around. So that is awesome. Because I'll show you guys where it's at right now. It's at 69967.9. So that's neat. We do have an oil leak on the water pump. It's leaking onto the water pump, so that might be, I don't know if the cylinder head will have to come off to fix that. That's kind of annoying. It's kind of a worse leak. Yeah, so that is going to be the end of this one. I guess I'll probably just add this video to the driving video. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And everything seems to do good. And we'll be back for another one and for more videos in this car.